Hello, Mr. Krumpa. I'm here to do our assignment for this week, which is to tell you a story with a beginning, middle, and end. So I call this story a carrot seed of faith. So I was in the fourth grade. I was going to Kingsley Elementary. The school no longer exists, but back in the day, that's what it was called. It was in Ontario. So at our school every year, each grade was assigned to grow something for our school garden that we had. So the little kids, younger kids, were responsible for growing fruits. The older kids, like fifth and sixth grade, they were responsible for growing trees and bushes and really cool stuff. For the fourth grade, we were responsible for growing vegetables. So my class was responsible for growing carrots for the school garden. Super excited as a kid. I knew nothing about fruits and vegetables and growing them. I've never planted anything at the time. I never had a pet. I had one pet, but I lost it. So I was not the kid to take care of anything just because I didn't understand the value of taking care of anything. I was just a kid at the time. So our teacher announces this class. Everyone's excited. Me being ignorant, I was excited too. She presents all the little miniature packages of carrot seeds to all of us. So there's multiple across this really long white table. So me being the kid that I was, super egotistic, excited, confident, I run up there first. I grab my little packet of seeds. I'm like, throwing it everywhere. I drop the seed package. Some of the seeds fall on the ground. I sweep them back up. I don't care. My teacher hands me a jar with the dirt, and I just was not aware of the responsibility that I was gonna have. My teacher encouraged all of us to go to the library and do research on this vegetable. Look up Google. Google was still new at the time, so dig on Google and actually look it up. Me being me, very ignorant, I did none of that. So I rushed home with my little tiny jar of dirt, just playing around, I just have no care in the world. I get home and and instead of planting the seed in, as one would think to do, a normal person would think to do, I pour all the seeds in and I stir it up and I pour a little. I promise, I pour a little water in there and I stir this thing up and put water in it and I place it right by this window in my kitchen at my old house. And I leave it right by the kitchen window. I open up the blinds. My mom is upset because now the neighbors can look at us, but I don't care. I'm growing carrots, and the sun just beams down on this little baby jar of carrots. And I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm thinking about all the fun things I'm going to do with this little thing of carrots. Like, these carrots are going to be my best friend, and I was just prepared for that. So it hits about week 2. Because it's in a jar glass, we're supposed to be tracking the progress we're seeing with our plant, and we're supposed to be jotting this down at school for our teacher. So by week 2, some students are reporting that they're seeing little sprouts. Some people are saying they see like little movements within their jar and things are happening and magic. And I bring my little jar to school and nothing's happening. And I'm just looking at it like I just don't understand. So it hits week 3, more progress for the rest of the students. One student's plant had already come out the dirt and green was popping up. The class was excited. He was popular. He was winning, and I had a jar of dirt. So I did not understand what was happening. So by week 4, when everyone in the class was having progress with this plant, I decided to go to the library finally. So when I go, I look up as much research as I possibly can on this plant. And by then, I learned that I was feeding it wrong. I wasn't giving it enough sunlight. I didn't really get the soil ready. Maybe I put too many seeds in, so I just had it wrong from the jump. So I backtrack. I buy a bigger, clear jar. I water it on a routine. I give it sunlight for a certain point of the day, and I take it out. It hits week like 7 in the class. People are actually having stuff happening with their plants. I'm still receiving nothing. So by this point, I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed. I'm like completely over this project. I've given up on it. My teacher has given me a progress report, and I'm in the 4th grade too. I'm given a progress report of a C minus because clearly I did something wrong with my plants. So I take it home. I'm very depressed. I'm very sad. Right before I throw this jar into the trash, I'm also going to accept an F for the project. My mother comes home and she sees me upset with my little plant right over the trash can, and she, takes it away. She asks me what's wrong, and I tell her that my carrots just will not grow. There's nothing happening here. They're dead. It's pointless. She's done. And she comes to me with the Bible. My mom's very spiritual, and she goes over a few scriptures on belief and having faith and praying. And there's one thing she said to me stood out: have a mustard seed of faith. And I said, I'm gonna have a carrot seed of faith to my mom. She was dying. So yeah, we end up praying over this plant, and she lets me take control of the prayer, and I start praying over the plant. At I think I was about 10 years old, and I actually really, really pray over this thing. I'm crying at this point, praying. I'm believing in faith. So I go to bed, and right before I go to bed, I wake up again, middle of the night. I pray over the little jar again, because I'm just so down with it. But I'm giving it all my faith. And the next morning, I promise you, the next morning I wake up, dragging my feet to this little carrot jar, and I could not believe it. There were maybe about 8 or 9 green sprouts. 8 or 9. The day before, there was nothing. I was just looking at dirt. The next day, there's about 8 or 9 green sprouts. I'm seeing these baby leaves, and I rush over to my mom's bedroom. I show her the little plant, and I go, look, look, I have carrots. And I run to school, forget to pack my lunch, barely get dressed, and I run to school to show my teacher my plants. And the other kids in the class maybe only had 1 or 2 sprouts, and the fact that I had 8. So it was an unbelievable miracle. And me being at that age, I just, I was like, I'm praying over everything. So yeah, that was the story. All right, thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and you have a great day.